Hi gang, how you diddling? That all works, that's good. Hopefully I'm not going to have any issues this evening, but I hope everybody is good. I've had a very stressful day. I'm glad it's over, but we are going to be playing City Skylines, which I haven't played in a little while because we've been doing PCU stuff, playing Minecraft and Party Animals last week, which was funny. Posted the little clip out today of the little bunny with a crossbow, which was cute and funny. Just looking at this junction here that we've got, and there's a little bit of nonsense going on up here with these lanes, so we need to sort this out before we do today. I think today is just going to be a little kind of housekeeping day, because there is the job on the other side of the city that we need to finish and actually do over there with all these houses and stuff, which I haven't actually finished yet. Or this one over here. I haven't finished this yet, so we just need to get on with that and do that. So I'm probably just going to chill out and do that. I say chill out because it's very hot. So we will just get on with that, I believe. But I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you're on lovely weeks and whatever, and you're ready for the weekend. But we're just going to sort out this traffic stuff over here, because it looks like when you come from this direction, this right hand lane only goes right. So people are cutting across to get into one of these lanes to get up and onto there. So this road here probably needs to have an extra lane on it, and then be 3 lanes. So we will just see if we can get our asymmetric and I'll just upgrade this bit here. Like that. And then this bit here will need to be 3 lanes to fit that. Mucked up a bit of our stuff here. I'm sure something's missing from that list. Get rid of that connection, and we're going to put that connection in there, and we're going to remove the unsafes because we don't want people doing U-turns. And if that's not enough of a slip rope, it will sort that out. Can probably also come here and just sort these out a little bit. Let's make that a proper actual lane. Like that. Hey Woody, happy Friday. Hope you're doing well, my love. How is your Manhattan city going? Have you done much work on it since we last spoke? Well, that's immediately got rid of all that traffic, which is quite funny. So that is that sort of. You're playing it right now? Awesome. We're playing this, we're getting a lot of hot air blown from my computer, so I'm going to be warm by the end of this. Is my keybind changed? My audio is super low. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look to see if my computer's done something. Yeah, it's changed that. Hopefully that makes that a bit better. Let's open that up and have a look. Yeah, that's should be a bit better now for you. Yeah, my computer likes to set the volume down for some stupid reason on my microphone. I think the Spotify is still in the same place, but thank you for letting me know. It's a bit difficult to judge sometimes. That's why I needed the left key, because I've used the was to don't I? Oh. Didn't think I used it, and I do. Doofy for any key binds shift and A, fast move left, swap bindings, and then input camera left, which I did that, reset. You came in and thought I was muted. No, not muted. Never muted, just sometimes quiet. There we go. Control S to toggle snapping. That sounds smart. Yeah, my computer decided to set my microphone to 70%, which is very silly. Because I already talk quiet, you don't make me quieter. Have we got anywhere else that looks like it needs a little bit of love before I just settle in and mess with that stuff? Let's look at our production tab. Nope, all the production is fine. Yeah, so what I need to do is just do this really boring job of sorting all this stuff out. I have seen City Planner with a zoning mod, which I need to look into. Not sure if there is one that does what I would need it to just yet. What I just need to do is put in all these little rope paths and stuff to cut this zoning off at the right distance, so that we can squeeze more houses in here. And it's really boring. So I thought I might as well let you guys keep me company whilst I do it. Plus, it doesn't require too much attention, so it means I can talk to you guys as well and not be too distracted. Which is a bit tricky sometimes in other games. So new mod works again now. Ooh. Do we want to go have a look at some zoning mods? Because otherwise I am just going to be building stuff. I want to go see if we got a mod. Let us go back to the main menu. We're going to see if we can install a mod. And we might as well do this together. And you can tell me where I'm supposed to look for a start. Research for zoning. Because that's the zoning toolkit. because it just does the particular sides and stuff. I'm not sure it's necessarily that useful, because what I want is to be able to limit the size of the zoning. Notice Party Animals is on sale. Is it worth getting? £9.29. It's very fun. If you've got friends that play it, I think that's definitely a reason to buy it. And I would love to play with folks on stream at some point. It's very fun though, and if you do have any friends who own it, then I would definitely say get it. Not sure it's necessarily quite as fun to play with strangers, but yeah, I shan't bother with that at the minute, because it's not doing quite what I would like it to do. So I would still have to do this silly job, because really all these roads need to have zoning on. It's just about where the depth of it is the thing. Unfortunately. But yeah, I like Party Animals, it's very funny. I've literally only played it like once with people. What I need to do is learn how to make mods and how to make me blow myself. How are you doing though, Woody? How's your week been? You got anything fun planned for the weekend? In the sunshine. So we get an extra little bit there. Nothing planned, the weather looks lovely though. Yeah. I may very well not be streaming on Sunday because we may be out doing stuff, but I think I might be doing a long stream tomorrow instead. So I need to think about what we can do tomorrow. go get a lollipop at the end of this stream because I'm getting warm already. We'll get a nice lolly from the fridge. Yeah, I could be doing this with my lovely Find It mod now, couldn't I? But I still want to have all these paths behind the houses. It's kind of like I'd have to do this anyway. Thoughts? It gave you ice lollies at work this week. Let's go. I work from home, so I have to give myself ice lollies. But that's cool. We like a work that gives people ice lollies. Let's go. So that's one little bit done there. Then continue this along. Do it one inset from the edge, because it won't zone one cell width, so we can avoid that bit. And then get zoning it in. Catchy title. That's all there. That could do with a little bit of there. Go there. Wait, you presume me off that roundabout. Can I leave you where you are? These don't really need doing, but for completeness. do that. We should probably put some footpaths over this bridge as well, just to keep this connected up. But let's get these in first, because they may tell us where we need to put these paths. That's going that way. These need a path here. Lovely. Go that way. Nice. We're making tracks. So we've done all that's on that side of the road. We've just got all this area left here. And obviously we need to come back and join all these paths up. Requires a little bit less finagling is probably the word I'm looking for. But yeah, it's been a very busy day at work. I got given a project to do, which the deadline was at the end of play today, and I got 1 day to do it. And that was just a little bit of a pain in the bum. But I did it with an hour to go. So I'm very glad it's now the weekend. And we can just chillax and play some games. Not worry about deadlines, not worry about silly bosses with their silly ideas. In my OBS that tells me how long I've been alive for is on Brock. Not very good. It says I've been live for 4 minutes, or 4 seconds in fact. Which doesn't seem correct. Yeah. I've got a different little clock at the bottom of my OBS. It tells me it's been half an hour, but then there's a little Twitch stat thing box I have. It says 4 seconds. So, which one to believe? But thank you, Woody. I would presume that that is trying to be clever and pull stats from Twitch and just isn't pulling them in very well. But we'll go to probably to about 8 o'clock like I normally do. And when I get hungry, I need to go figure out what the heck I eat for tea. That needs doing. Up this way. Where are we up to? We got this stuff over here. Should we finish off this little bit here and then move on to the other section, which I think is actually done there. It's just that little bit icky. Okie dokie. That goes that way, I believe. Thank you. Not an ambulance. Not an ambulance. Do 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 do. Moved in my OBS. Right, the door is banging around, so I'm just gonna get the door. I'm back. Somebody put something on the door and it was making it not close properly. Which was making it rattle. It was really annoying. Where's my zoning gone? There we go. Thank you, Twitch, for letting me that I've gone live. Thank you. It's very nice of you. I think that might be it. Let us now paint in these little bits. That's kind of going the wrong direction, so you will put a little doofer in there. There we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't mind that being 4 deep. Why the heck not? My computer's wearing away a little bit more now that people are moving in. How did I miss this bit? Fill in all these gappy bits. I don't mind a few little bits where it's deciding to put in bigger stuff. That is okay when it's not going to be filling up with anything else in any other direction. I can live with that. I would have liked it to put something there, but oh well. Should we just continue this along here? Just having a look-see to see if we've got any more gaps that I can spot. There's a few little bits like that, but I can live with them because I think I was going to do stuff on the corners. That's got to turn in, that's fine. Should probably be a roundabout. Maybe we could redo this a sec. Make this a bit more of a proper road through here. Before we come back and do a bit more on that. Got issues with our death rate again, but we'll just ignore that because that just goes backwards and forwards. What's going on here? People wanting to cut across. Interesting. usually tells me we don't have enough lanes on this little bit. Because the AI loves to cut across. I'm gonna have to fiddle with that with move it. So let's save, because we always know that any bad things happen when I play with move it. There we go, luckily that was fairly simple. Apologies, it's getting a bit dry in here. Ooh, that looks fun. You're really doing that? I think there might be too many nodes in here. Yeah. Why are you telling me that? See how we get on with that many lanes. It might be that that could actually be 3 lanes there, make more sense. Let's try it. Like that. a lot of people wanting to just get back onto there. So do we give them a little slip road to bypass this? A little bit of a kink there. Yeah, so nobody should be going that way now. Fleet Bridge, everybody can go that way. I wonder if it would be possible to... I was going to say we could join those up, but I don't actually think we need to. Because we'd have to have 2 lanes and then it go to a 3 and then it tie in. I don't think we necessarily need to complicate that in a minute. This lane connectory bit then. They're all switching into 1 lane. What needs to happen? Is it that this doesn't have enough lanes in it now then? Thank you for the song request, buddy. Because what we'd need is for folks to come out of here in at least 2 lanes, to get across there. So this here probably needs to be 3 lanes. All the traffic's now gone anyway. Because then that can be like that. Where are you? There you are. I feel like that makes sense, because really this is now redundant, but we need to have it there in order to cope with this other direction. And we now got this queue all the way back up there, but hopefully that will go away once these folks get out of the way. It's just been caused by this here. Really, at some point this would need to kind of completely ignore this roundabout and just kind of come straight onto here, but I quite like having issues to fix and just make more and more complicated, rather than putting big massive interchanges and stuff in. What's going on down here? Another little roundabout where it probably needs more lanes. It's very dry in here. Lots of people. Got lots of people crossing over the road, causing issues. I think they just climbed out of a bus or something. Hopefully that'll clear up in a second. This is more of an issue because it is going all the way up here, which may now start affecting this roundabout kind of thing. Because we could just have a road that went up and over into there, but that feels boring and obvious. What is going on here with the priorities? Because you're supposed to have priority. So you're just yielding, you have priority, so why are you yielding? Yeah, it's all the way back up here now, which is annoying. Because the other way is to just get these folks on this side of the road straight across and out of the way. It may very well be time to completely redraw this. Because we have got two highways. We've got one going this way and one going that way. And we could just do a cloverleaf type thing. Rather than this craziness that we've got here. Because we've got issues with people crossing over each other. I'm not actually going to pop this in. Just reminding myself what it looks like. Because it's kind of the same size as a junction we have going on here. In all fairness, this side over here is working fine. It's just this side that's not. Okay, is it possible to do a half clover leaf? I don't see why not. So from that road there, you can go up to get that way, up there. Good. From that road you can get across, which is what we have, and up there, which is fine. That way you can get down and up. And across, which is what we want. And this other way we don't have anyway. Maybe we should just do that then. Because that feels like that might flow a bit better than what we have here. So I'm actually going to delete all of the stuff that we've just been doing. I'm very terribly sorry. Let's get rid of all of this nonsense. It might very be like 3/4 of a growth leaf. I will do my normal thing of giving us 2 extra slip roads because I feel the game works better. With 2 extra slip roads, because I think the AI works a little bit smarter. The lane mathematics would tell you that you should have 1 slip road, but I feel like the AI is a bit stupider in that respect. This is very messy, but I'm going to sort it out in a minute. Wobble. So then that comes back down to there like that. This comes up here. Not like that though. Go. Yeah. Like that. Then we've got another one that comes this way. Like so. Like that, but not like that. Like this. That's a bit odd, but without moving the entire bridge. That's that movement that we have there. What's the one movement we're missing? It's being able to get from here to there. No, that's that way. That's that one. It's from this way down this way, which isn't necessarily a movement that we care about, because if you want to come this way from over here, you just come via the city and stuff. That's all out then. You don't use clovers because it's dangerous merchant? Yeah, I don't use them. I don't really use them. Because I don't find that they're terribly realistic for the UK. I should probably just redraw this. But we will see how the AI gets on with this. This is just ugly. Don't delete the entire thing. Jeez. I think we kind of have got another cloverleaf on the other side of the city, in all truthfulness. So kind of a half cloverleaf. But I just want the game to work. Let's cause a bit of mayhem. It looks neater anyway. It looks neater. I wonder if there is a way to get this movement here off of this one, because this is going to be the busy one. Because this could be a roundabout potentially. But it's certainly moving. Let's leave them to it, and we'll go back to what we're actually supposed to be doing, which is this. And we will just come through and hook up all these paths so that they are actually usable. If a little pointless in places. Just connecting up all these paths to each other. And then we will come back and put a bunch of trees in. Hopefully with that other mod in the proper growables, none of these buildings are actually going to disintegrate. Anyway. We are still anarchying all this stuff in. Let's make sure we're filling up all these bits. Kind of completing a section, and then before we move on, 6. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. To this bit here. Like your this is very scuffed, but I shall call it organic. These are all desire lines that people have created from just walking wherever the hell they wanted. I was a little bit obsessed with desire lines when I was at university doing architecture. The paths that people put across parks and stuff where you just walk where you want to. So people might design proper paths going around the outside or something, but you end up with these kind of diagonal paths that cut the shortest path between places and whatever. I find very interesting. I need to use them to inform all my building designs and stuff. Just imagining where people might wander rather than going, oh, this is where I want them to go. Where would people actually go? Because that way you kind of design out the design lines, because everything is a properly designed path and nobody's actually going to take a shortcut because the shortest route is already the thing that you've designed. It's like here you go, oh look, there is a path going all the way around the edge of this thing. You'd have to go all the way around here and whatever, and you know that people would immediately cut across there like that. And then you end up with that, and people, if they wanted to go from here to here, they'd cut across there. You just end up with really interesting geometric shapes and stuff. Like people would cut across there. Really interesting and fun. Here we go on. We're getting there. We're doing a thing. Cut across there. Thank you. No, I want you to connect into that, please. But not like that. Come on. Thank you. If I could add parks into these things and actually have actual parks that didn't need to connect to roads, that would be lovely. We did install the water spawner we do for us. We could potentially build up ponds and stuff. Like we did on the other side of the city. Here we up to. Can we sneak a route path in here again without jumping? Thank you. Can we sneak a path through here? Just about. Where are we up to? Connect this up. So we do this next section over here. Ooh, what's happened here? The bus has crashed. So that's fine, there's nothing for us to actually fix other than just wait for that to clear itself up. It's not spending too long thinking about this. Just making sure we're adding connections where we need them. So let's join in all these ends up. Willow cat is asleep somewhere behind me. At some point she might wake up and start shouting at me to be able to go downstairs. Where are we up to? Get this bit sorted. Let's see, we are up to this section here. Let's draw a line straight across there. Quite sure if we can get a path in. We can, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Never rebuild a gravel path. I should probably be able to use that somewhere. Try that so that it doesn't cut that off. Cool. So this bit, I think once I've done this little section I'm going to go find something else to do and then we'll come back again. Just do it like that so we're not blagging me head. And yeah, that is a vibe. And I don't mind it. Got a frog in my throat. Yeah, doesn't it tip up when you put in your head? Yeah, my friend Lee has this as a want to redeem on their stream, so it immediately makes me think that we're listening to Lee's redeem. Makes me very relaxing. It's kind of just what I needed after my week. It's been a very long month. Which reminds me, I got paid today. It's nice. Let's go. Right, so that is that next section done. So it's all this bit here that I've just done. I'm gonna shuffle this person's house. Fix that little issue there. And then we're just gonna check in on this over here. Yep, this is all working perfect. There's literally no traffic there. So it's working. Let us save a sec because I am going to mess with move it a second. So there's a little lump here. Do that. They're very low down. Do. Lol. Is there another one there? That's why it went squiffy. Because there's extra little nodes in there. Lol. It's not quite what I'm aiming for. That were funny. Can't seem to be moved that one up, thank you. Yeah, that's a bit odd where it dips down and then those people have to drive back uphill. But honestly, I'm just not going to worry about that at the minute. What's going on here? It's just very busy. Lots of people coming down this road. There's a main road here. You should use it. Yeah, they're all coming into there. So, bare minimum, we just need to upgrade those. And then get rid of any traffic light that might have appeared. So they are coming in there. Where are they exiting? Up there. Because I did put a one-way street in that bit the other day. They're coming out of that way as well. Good. Just trying to figure out if there is a better way of them getting in there. Kind of a more formal way. That you'd expect when you come to a wharf. Well, not a wharf, I mean a depot like this, a terminal. You'd expect to be like a proper thing with all the traffic management and whatever, rather than just a roundabout with a road off it and then whatever's happening here. And if we can build something a bit fancier, a bit more custom perhaps. Did you forget something, Woody? That's not quite right. Thanks, Shybot. It's a good song, though. It's very strange the way if it gets the wrong song. Because none of that is the same, except for the first letter. I will add that song that you would like manually. For you would. Is it not called that? Is that why it's not found it? There we go. That'd be why it's got confused, because it isn't called that. I like this song though. So what would we do? We would have some kind of exit off of here. Why is everybody going on this road? Everybody's going across. Got a few people trying to get across this roundabout. Well, quite a few people are going to get across this roundabout. So we definitely need a few extra lanes off of this on this roundabout. But I'm tempted to be crazy and just completely delete that there. It doesn't know the song, it just plays anything by Steve Wonder. You'd hope so. You would hope so. Because that simplifies that movement to just be a left-hand turn. And anybody who does want to get from over here into there is going to come either up here, which is not ideal. I would prefer them to come all the way along there and up. But what I'm trying to think of building is, you know, when you get to a port or somewhere, you end up with like big rows of parking and stuff. That we could build a slightly wibbly road into here. And at least give us the look and feel of that. Because if we get rid of that too, and then we don't delete that row that I just deleted. We have this. that can be the roundabout. But then we have a little alleyway. Kind of coming up this way like this. So let's just get that in. Because what I was kind of thinking was it would be a bunch of little, not like that, a bunch of roads a bit like this. And what I don't actually want them to do is kind of provide shortcuts. Let's just get rid of the trees for a minute. Get rid of every tree, please. But kind of create a little interesting area. It's annoying that I get a load of street names. It's not going to be a bus station. I'm attempting to create a kind of completely pointless kind of lorry waiting area outside of this train terminal, because it would never be used, and it's never going to be used in the way that I would like it to be. But it's kind of what you'd expect to see in reality outside one of these places. So in the game, they're all just going to drive down and whatever. What I'm kind of hoping is the AI goes, oh no, there's traffic here, let's go down one of these other ways, and you end up with like all these rows filled up with lorries or something, rather than piling out onto the road and stuff. But kind of like a little kind of area that could fill up with lorries, rather than on the road, which is what I think you'd see in real life. Perhaps. So I'm kind of just having a play and see if we can build something, and then see what happens with the game, and see if it manages to use it in the way that I would hope. Because I predict that it'll just send them down one route and that'll be it. It's probably not the best terrain to be building it on. Could we flatten it out and then have a little road going upwards? We might do that. Just to make our life a little bit easier. Because it's quite steep. But if we pick something in the middle. slope up to this here. And then slope up to this here. Like that. We can build a little parallel road in this bit. And we can just build another little parallel road there. So there's a little switchback which we'll sort out. Now the issue I've now created is because there's a switchback, it would, if I put a road here, like that way, they're all gonna try and go this way. It's more Stevie Wonder, love it. They're all gonna try and cut down from here, for instance. They're all gonna try and cut down there if I did that. Switchback might not work for what I would like them to do. Maybe this bit all needs to be on the higher level and we have a little switchback going up here. That might be the better thing to do. So this is all on the higher level. But when they're coming in here, kind of come in like that. That's not actually how this works in the game, but technically they could come all the way up there and turn around. They don't have to come in here. Do we want them to come up that road and then turn into here? Does that just make more sense? Because we've already got a slope here. Rather than building some new kind of switchbackiness. How close can we get this? It doesn't make any sense to do that. Doing very well with the song requests tonight, Woody. And that is what I need, thank you. Perfect. Doing really well. A bit close. It's probably the last one there as well. That's not quite right. I might go and actually sort that one out for you. Let's have a quick schnosy. Yeah, there you go. Right, so they come in via all this direction. This can just be an alley. Technically not an alley, it could just be a one-way road like that. Doesn't need a right-hand turn on it. And then they come up there, into there. Let's get rid of all these crossings. That could stay there. This technically doesn't actually need to be there because we have this prop-up station vehicle, but I will leave that for the minute. So in order to get into here, they have to come in that way and then up into here, and then that way. Let us get a surface. Now we just have to see how much traffic there actually is. Need a mod to get rid of street names? Yeah, a little bit of a hack. By just setting it to be a dot. Because I did it on somewhere else. But I think that you can possibly do a space if you put the right ASCII code or whatever in. But this just makes it look a little bit neater. But a mod would be better. Because now that you've all filled up that direction, I would hope that like people coming in here go, oh, I'm going to sneak down here. Yeah. I think there's a time and a place for street names, and quite often you don't really need them. Do you even need them most of the time? And like, you only really need them for when you're finding somebody's house, but even then you just click on the house. How does the city look at night? Let's take a look, shall we? Because we very rarely look at it at night. We'll set the time of day to night time. They always look cooler at night time, that is correct. Got lots of lovely car parks. Wish I could play on higher video settings, but my computer will disintegrate. Trying to stream. It looks very pretty. Get the aurora going in the top. Where's the boat? The boat's over here. Yeah, it's very pretty. Let's go over here with our many car parks. Yeah, it's very pretty. I'm sure it'll look even prettier. Car parks. I'm sure it'll look even prettier with proper settings. Lovely. Day blind. I do like those reflections, they're very nice. Well, the car parks are working very well. Nobody wants to go to the cinema though. Which is kind of realistic in my opinion. We will come back and sort out like this end bit over here at some point. This bit that we did last time is very pretty. And this car park we built is rather full. That's what I get for turning off street parking. There's this new game coming out, Junctions. Ooh. Interesting. What's that? You do build junctions? Tell me more, would you? Now, people are doing this. Could we help ourselves out by putting in a road here going to like that one? If we severed that connection and instead this came into there, then we'd get those guys going that way. The city builder with custom builds. Ah, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. City Skylines, but to find the building sizes as well. I may have to Google that. In fact, I'm going to Google that right now. Yeah, it's on Steam, lovely. So I can add that to my wish list and look that up and look at that in a little bit. Thank you, Woody. Not really looked at the fact that I added a bunch of stuff there. You're being naughty now. I don't want you going in there. Any Annabelle Crevice, Annie raid because she didn't give us a raid message. I know Annie's raid message anyway. There we go. That's Annie's raid message. Hi Annie, how you diddling? How you doing, Annie? How's it going? What have you been doing? What's Lee Malou been up to? Why is Lee annoying and banning people? How is it going? Why are you still awake? All these questions and more. Maybe Iron Farm, you mind lads. You've been playing Minecraft, that makes sense. We're playing City Skylines. We are trying to figure out traffic in our little cargo terminal, but I hope you are good. Any raiders that have come in with any? My name is Shy. I am Shy. I'm in Britain. I play games. That is all. I'm gonna chat a little, but you're moving to bed. You go get all snuggly because I know it's cold in Australia. Anybody else that's coming in from Annie's raid, if you're not already in bed and you need to be in bed, please be in bed. Yeah, you go get all snuggly warm, Annie. But thank you for the raid. It's very sweet of you. Fanny Crevice is amazing, but she needs a new face. So please go give her a new face. If your own face, if you wish to give her your face, or you could just give her some money instead. Also go to bed, Lee. Please also go to bed. Please get snugly warm in your bed. Because you've had a very long day doing a treasure hunt in Minecraft. Let's give Lee Maloo a shout out too. Let's shout out Lee Maloo. Lee Maloo is lovely and only occasionally bans people who hang out in his chat. So you should follow Lee too if you want to get banned. But thank you again, Annie. Please follow Lee. Please follow Lee. That's what Lee's begging for people to follow him. Please follow Lee. He's desperate for followers. He's really worried about his follower count. So please follow Lee. But no, follow Annie. Give her money. She deserves it. She's lovely. I'm going to stick some bushes down. Because that's what I do. I stick bushes down. And wonder why I'm getting increasingly hot in my office. But we just built this funny little kind of lorry park area, which is a bit wibbly, and it's terribly exciting. We'll just ignore that dodgy bit because it's definitely not just created a whole load of traffic. Doesn't really look like anybody's actually attempting to get across. Has this just got too many lanes for a start? Because that left-hand lane is the only one that goes over. So what do we have here? We potentially need a road like this. But yeah, we play City Skylines here mostly. Have been playing other stuff because it's been PCU, Pride Collaboration Universe, Collaborators Universe this month for Pride. I've been playing some other games with some other lovely queer streamers, mostly from Australia, because I hang out with a lot of Australians for some crazy reason. And he's back. And also Annie's front. I prefer Annie's front to Annie's back. Hi Annie, hope you're all cuddly and warm. How's your iron farm been going? Last time I saw it, Lee was currently beating villagers up. With a genie being spooned. Who's the big spoon? Is it Genie? Super efficient now, lovely. Woody's having a time of it with Shybot, trying to get the right songs in. He loves Little Spoon. Ah, I love Little Spoon, little fuzzy cat spoons in winter. Well, there's a genie doppelganger somewhere behind me, but she's she's sleeping. Is anybody... Nobody's actually really going across there. Fair, that one might not be on Spotify. Let us have a look, shall we, Wood? Let us quickly Google for the song that you were requesting, because Google will find it better. No, I don't think that one's on Spotify. You might have to try another. What we shall do here is, can we add a little road just to reduce the number of lanes on that, and then we do that. Because we've now got a dedicated lane here for turning kind of left, but also going straight across here. You guys doing U's is just annoying. But then the other two lanes kind of spin round that way. So that looks like it's going to be a little bit better. How is City Skylines? City Skylines is good, Annie. Just don't look at that. Don't look at all the people needing hearses. It comes and it goes in our city. People struggle to get hearses. But it's going well. We've got some lovely little harbour areas. With the new little pier things that they've added in. We've got some nice, lovely car parks. You come to my city for car parks. Got little, nice little areas. Little harboury areas. Got our little boat, which I think you might have seen before. The boat face hotel and restaurant. So it is good, and thank you. We've been doing a little bit of residential stuff, annoying tasks that we have to do. But I've just been faffing with roads and faffing with my oh, Woody. I think Shybot is punking you right now. I think we've sorted that issue though that was there. You're trying to put the same song in the queue. I believe that song is called I Got There, and I have added it to the queue. But quite why the why blues was confusing it, I don't know. Make you think it was George Michael. But this is what I was just attempting to do, is having different little roads for all these people to come in on, and it will all just kind of, the traffic for the here would kind of back up into the terminal, would all back up into the little kind of the routes and stuff, especially like we've got going on here, which is perfect. So we might have cracked it. Shuffle this that way like that. This doesn't really make sense, but we'll just leave it like that. But now I can just flatten that out a little bit. Has this moved? I thought it was like that. I didn't mean to do that. I hope you've got some lovely plans for the rest of your weekend, Danny. Yeah, I always do that, yeah, as you may notice. These aren't different enough, and they're too close together. I'm not sure that was quite at the level I asked you to get. Bit of Drag Race, bit of Minecraft. Love to see it. But this is exactly what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to take the different routes and stuff. Not you though, you've done the wrong thing. These are 20 to 8 already. Wowzers. Should we look at our buses a second? Nobody's oversubscribed, which is lovely to see. You've probably got too many buses. Our trains are always fine. Our subway is always fine. Our Billingham plane route is a bit oversubscribed. We give them an extra plane. And our production is still perfect. So, annoyingly, it's probably time, ignoring all those issues, to come back over here, because what we've been doing is hooking all these paths up in preparation to be able to get all them all filled in with trees and stuff, make them look a bit nicer. So we just need to do a bit more of that before I go and find some tea a bit later on. So we will click onto that and we will just quickly just add in some more of these paths. Connect them all up. Get all these all hooked up a little bit, because these paths, anybody who's just come in, these paths are what stops my zoning from getting bigger than 2 cells big, because I like to have these little tiny residential buildings in this low density area rather than getting anything any bigger. So my little method is to put in these paths to constrain that size. It's probably not the best method, especially now we've got plop the growables that already got me to install. But I like having all these little paths around behind the houses and whatever. So we cut the zoning off like that and it gives us extra little cells occasionally for us to put little houses into, and it adds more connectivity for people to walk between all these bits, which is always nice. So I just need to go around and connect up all the little endy bits. Hi, Shybar. Let's add a little desire line in. This is a very strange playlist that I have. It's Spotify just learning every single thing that's ever been requested and creating some kind of craziness for stream. I need to finish my pyramid off in Minecraft. Wonder if I should finish it off on stream tomorrow. That would probably make sense. Make people watch me grind for more blackstone in Minecraft. Yeah. And he says yeah. And he loves Minecraft though. And he always says yes to Minecraft. That treasure hunt was hard today. That's what I thought. When you were doing that treasure hunt, I thought that was hard. You really needed to know Minecraft. You can watch while you mine so much iron. Awesome sauce. It was really, I thought it was really hard. You kind of had to know all the tricks to get stuff really easily. Which didn't mean it was bad, it was just, it just seem very hard. I would have struggled really loads with that. I don't know all the secrets. I don't know all the secret ways of getting it, but it was hard. But that is that. I think we will. What have we got? 15 minutes. We will put in some trees. Let's make sure Anarchy is off. And we'll make sure we're on that and that. And we just come in and we just paint a bunch of trees in between here. Fill these gaps in a bit, but not too much, because we're going to come back with different types of trees in a second. Yeah, there we go, Woody. Chibot tries. She's overworked and underpaid. The fact that we don't pay her anything. I think you've requested Carpenter Brute before, and I'm pretty sure I like the sound. Images, painting a load of trees into all these gappiness. Because we actually finished this side of the road, which is amazing. So that's one type of tree. And then we do the same again with a different type. The brush is already at 100%. Actually going to make the brush a bit bigger here. Not that big. That big. Because we are just filling in the gaps now. We're not getting many trees popping up, but that's okay. We will get more trees in once we get to the birch trees and stuff, because they're a bit smaller. Let's get the big ones in first though. This is the synthy stuff. Yeah, I like a bit of synthy stuff. Painty, painty, paint. Shall we try getting some oak trees and see if they pop up in there? I don't think they'll fit in because they are large. How does that look compared to that? This feels like it's a bit more full, potentially. No, maybe not. But there we go, that's what it's going to look like, all this area. Kind of blending in with this foresty bit. And we zoom out. Not too far though. We zoom out a bit, then you kind of got this forest that's kind of blending in with these trees and stuff. And we're kind of following the natural edges of the city. Because this map, you end up with big areas like this which are empty. Kind of not necessarily realistic. You'd expect all the fields and stuff to be in here. What are we gonna do about you and your hearses? Well, hey. Thank you, Woody. I think it is really good. It's kind of my own personal little design way of doing things. Somewhere between British and kind of American little housing estate type things. Little cul-de-sac stuff. So we do need to finish this next bit though. These next bits, get all these paths hooked up. Game just stuttered for a second. Get all these paths hooked up and sorted. How is our traffic looking over here? Ooh, bit busy. What's going on here? Do we even need this? For this bus line here comes into this and then goes around there and comes back in. Do we really need that? I don't think we do. This could get expanded out to fill all this space anyway. I feel like this is just causing a headache. "17 passengers waiting." Sorry folks. It's going. We don't need it anymore. We don't need that. Bye bye. Oh, my bus stop's gone. Yeah, sorry guys. It's closed down. We don't need that anymore. This path can stay though. Shall we do this again, where we can give these folks an extra turning lane? Technically, that crossing should not be there. And I'm actually going to put that onto that road. Because then we can do this. We can grab our path and move that all the way up here and put it into here, please. Maybe not. It's just too steep there. Let's go into there. Get rid of that, and we can make this a highway road. Because I think that just helps with the yielding and stuff. So popular. All these things going out. I feel like one thing we will probably need to do is get another kind of junction in here for this industrial area, so that it's not all the traffic from this industrial area coming out onto here and hitting that roundabout. That we have a separate junction here, especially for people who want to exit. Because I think that might split up some of this traffic a bit. Make our life a little bit better. So that is something to do next time, I think. But we are gonna come over here and look at our lovely new little housing area. It's not new, but the bit that we've been working on. Shall we switch it to nighttime too? Because we did that before. Let's go to nighttime. Let's get the nice aurora in the picture. Got the wind turbine in the distance. Kind of like, ooh, look at it. What a lovely place to live. The song kind of fits as well. And I will see about finding somebody to raid into. Is there anybody that I follow online? Mr. Trashcan's online. Yeah, we're not going there today because I'm not feeling brave to do that. How long have they been online for? 3 hours. Let us have a quick nosy. Not your AirPod falling out. Hey, you're muting me by losing your AirPod. Is there anybody else playing cities that we can go and say hello to? Not really that we can jump into. Thank you for being here, Annie. Thank you for bringing the raid in. That was amazing. It's always really special when I get a raid, and it's more special when it's you. Because I really don't expect it. Thank you for being here as well, Woody. Thank you for keeping me company. I'm struggling to find somebody I want to raid into. And I'm struggling to figure out where my raid window is. And my thing isn't working. I have to click on the things. Where's that person gone? We are going to go and meet a new friend. We're going to go meet a new friend. And it is Lucinda, and she seems to be playing Parlia. Which we like Parlia. So we're going to go and drop off some friends. She is a disabled gamer by the looks of it. She is LGBTQ, which we love. And we're going to go say hello. But I will be back tomorrow. And we'll do some Minecraft. We'll sort of finish off my pyramid. And then we might play some more cities if I finish the pyramid off. But thank you again, everybody, for being here. And thank you again for the raid. Let's do another Annie Crevice shout out to anybody else who might be remaining here that needs to follow Annie. Because you should follow Annie Crevice, and you should go give her money because she needs a new face. As nice as her current face is, she can have a slightly better face. But I will see y'all tomorrow. Please come and say hello. Let's make sure I'm copying my raid message as well. But I love you all. Bye bye.